Ho, ho, ho! Welcome to December, everybody. It's Jody from jicolourist. We are back for another episode in our WIP series, Festive Coloring, where we are coloring our way to Christmas. This is the Festive Coloring book. The illustrator is in the video description, just so that I don't say their name incorrectly. And we are on day 20. Surprise that we have gotten here so far. I'm pretty happy. This means that we have 5 days left, including today, or 5 videos left. So let's just take a look at what we're going to be coloring today. It is a store called the Perfume Room, and it's been quite a while since I have been inside a perfume store. So not sure if you are someone who goes to perfumeries very often, but certainly I haven't been to one recently. So first off, we're going to look at the background and what I wanted to be. I thought I would grab some gelatos. I haven't used my gelatos for a little while, so I tested out 10 different colors that I thought might work. So we've got guava, watermelon, strawberry, bubblegum, passion fruit, lavender, fig, metallic grape, iced rose, which is also a metallic one, and metallic melon. And so those are the colors that I was kind of thinking. I let my mom pick today, so she suggested guava. So we are going to go with guava today. And so that is this one here. It is Faber-Castell Gelato. I will grab a brush and a medium matte from Tim Holtz that's a little bit grippy, and we will get started on the background. All right, I have all the tools that I'm going to need. So again, this is guava, and I've got 2 different sizes of makeup brushes that I use to dry rub. This is my Tim Holtz medium matte, and I just have it stuck to a piece of plastic so that I'm just going to rub directly on the grippy part of the mat. So that's as easy as that. I also have a piece of clear plastic for a straight edge that I can go and do that. And then I also have some sticky notes, post-it notes that I can use. And then for the rounded edge here, zoom you in a little bit. This rounded edge, I'm going to use this mask that I have. It's just a cardboard circle that I continue to use, and I'm just going to hold it against so that I can get a nice crisp edge around the corners. And that's how I do it. I will turn some music on since it is Christmas. I'm going to lower the camera down and we'll get a little bit done together on fast forward, and then we'll be back to do something else together. I have a bunch of paper behind the book itself, the pages for cushioning. I'm just going to turn it. I'm going to go right over top. So I just take my brush and rub it in. I'm going to go right over top of all of these items here, and that is because I can still see through the gelatos, and I'll be able to color on top of the gelato with either Pitt pens or something. I go in circular motions, and that seems to work really well for me. Once the gelato is dry, it will be permanent. You do kind of need to wait for it to dry a little bit. It's a really nice smooth application, so you get a nice smooth background, and that's one of the real nice advantages of gelatos. If I go over an area a little bit too much here, I can always, like I just did that with my finger, I can take an eraser and erase it. All right, I will speed the video up and complete the background. using the clear as a straight edge. And the only thing to note is when you're done, make sure that you wipe off the plastic so that you're not dragging the color elsewhere. And it's pretty easy to wipe off even with just a tissue. A little bit of smearing here. I'll fix that. And then I use a makeup brush to wipe away, because if I drag my hands over things, it tends to smear something else. I get quite dirty when I'm coloring. So, okay, here is how it is looking before the gelato has dried. I have applied a nice even coat over the background of it. Happy with the color. And as you can see, you can clearly still see all of the detail illustrations for the Christmas decorations on the outside of the building through the guava gelato. So I'm just going to let this sit for about an hour or so, or a couple hours, and let it dry down so that I don't smear it. I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'm going to go wash my brush off and the palette. So that's where we're at right now, but I'm happy with the color so far. I think I will go look at my color catalog now by Sarah Renee Clark on my iPad and see if there is a color palette that would go good with my base color of guava. All right, see you back here shortly. All right, we are back. It is the next day, and I have picked a color palette from Sarah Renee Clark's box number 1. It's palette number 173, and I thought that the colors went well. They are artichoke, apricot, chestnut, seafoam, and salmon pink. But I think that the colors on here, I needed some green, I needed some brown, and I liked these colors together. So this is kind of a cross between this color and this color. So probably, you know, closer to that. But I thought that this would go well, and it's kind of a guide. I also looked at this page, and like there's a lot of windows on here, and I would like to alter this page a little bit and maybe get rid of some of the windows. So I have a selection of stickers that are clear bottles. They are from the Dream Collector, and they are just a variety of stickers. And so I selected the round one, and it says the word lovely on here, and it is basically kind of looks like a potion or a perfume bottle on its own. And I thought that that would be kind of cool to put right on top of the second half of the building and kind of block out 6 of the windows. So then I'm only left with doing these windows up here and then the windows down here, and there are 12 windows on both, so that's 24 windows of stuff to do. And if I can reduce that amount by even a little bit, that would make me happy. And I haven't really altered too many of the pages so far. This is a very thin sticker, but it is a sticker. It is clear. So what I envision is I'm going to use some Meeden pastel acrylic paint in Arctic Blue, and I lightly traced out the bottle here, and I'm going to use acrylic paint and paint on top of the image here and block everything out, and then once that's dry I will place a sticker on top, and hopefully that kind of looks cool and works out well. I may in fact do a little bit of different color. Like I like the blue for the bottle because I think it'll be opaque and hide the stuff behind, but there is also like a cork there, so I may do some pit pens or something up top so that it continues to look like a bottle even on here. So that's the plan, and those colors work well with this, so I could have the cork being this color or a combination of these two colors, and then the bottle will be blue. So that's all I've kind of got planned so far. There are a lot of, like I said, a lot of windows here. Even the doors, there's 2 doors on this, so they must have an in and an out, I'm not sure. But I also have a variety of other stickers in my staff. These are from Recollections, and they are clear stickers that have gold flowers on them and gold vines and stuff. So I thought some of these, like smaller ones, would look nice just sitting right there. So it would kind of enhance. I'll zoom you in a little bit. And then get some of the glare off of there. So I thought that that would kind of look cool if I had some stickers inside the window, and it would just be on top of that. So those are the kinds of things I'm thinking for this page, to kind of switch it up a little bit from what we've been doing and make it a bit more interesting, and also not having to deal with absolutely so many of these small glass jars inside, because there's only so many ways you can color a small perfume bottle and make it look cool. So that's the plan. I will go ahead and start that now, so that I can get that paint underway. I'm just going to put some paint on my palette and use it full strength. I thought about using the Artex acrylic markers and stuff, but the ones that I have are not opaque. So I thought I would just go straight to actual acrylic paint and use a paintbrush and get on with that. I did swatch a few of the different, I have the medium regular colors and then the pastel colors. So this is the blue, this is a kind of a different blue, and then this was a mint. And I think that this blue, first one that I selected, is actually the best one. So that again is Arctic Blue from Meeden. So let me get a paintbrush and we'll get started. Okay, we are getting started, and again, here is my clear sticker, and if you put it down, you'll hopefully, I'll turn the light off and maybe you can see a bit better. So I have traced the very outside of it, but there's also a line on the inside to show where the actual image starts. So I have drawn a second line on the inside of this lightly, and that's where I'm going to actually put the paint. So let's hope that this all works. Going to use a flat brush, a small flat brush, and go ahead and start. And I'm hoping that this is opaque enough to go over, and it may require a thick coat or 2 coats, I'm not sure. I have used a Pip pen to do the cork area. So hello to everybody. I hope you're doing well. We are on day 20, so including this, we have just 5 days left to complete before Christmas, and I'm pretty excited that we've gotten this far. How are you doing with yours? A couple more people have sent their pictures in, and I will include them in today's video. So thank you very much for your pictures. And I really enjoy seeing how other people have completed their pages, so keep them coming. I hope you've grabbed a book and you're coloring along and spending some relaxing creative time with me today. So along with the small flat brush, I'm also brought in a number 2 round, so just to get into these smaller areas. I'll put on one nice smooth coat, hopefully, and then let it dry, and then probably come in with a second coat to make it opaque. while we have the paint out, I think I would like to kind of bring that color in down into the bottom half and make it part of the actual picture itself so that it makes a bit more sense. So I still have a bit of paint on here. We've got these kind of an awning type thing here. I think that would look nice. And we also have this area right here. So I think I will do those areas. Actually, I'm going to quickly go over this lightly because I can still see the number underneath. All right, there's the sign. I'm going to also do one over here. Okay, that's dry enough to the touch. I'll do a second coat. I'll be back when the second coat is dry. Okay, I've got you zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing. Just a reminder, this is what the it will look like once it's on. So I have used a black tip pen to draw in the little tag that says lovely, and we've got some background showing here that I don't want, so I'm just dipping my paint into some white titanium Holbein gouache, and I'm just getting rid of these lines so I can go over them and they won't hopefully show up, because I don't want, because there was a little design behind here that I have covered up, but those were sticking out. So just trying to clean up a few edges and decide on what color I want all of this window casing to be. But before I put on a color, I just wanted to get rid of those lines there. So thought I'd bring you back, and I'm also going to go ahead and erase all of the pencil marks that I have done previously so that they are no longer showing. A little bit of cleanup before I go ahead and start with the actual coloring of all of the images. And I won't put on the sticker until I've got all of these images colored so that I can place it and it will be good in its final spot. Because once you place the sticker down, it is staying. Let's pick out some colors, and just a reminder, this is the color palette that we're working with, and we will already have green up along here, so I'm thinking not green for the casing. Okay, I have looked at all of the colors that I have, and I think that this Caput Mortuum, which is Polychromos pencil Caput Mortuum Violet 263, I think that is probably our best thing, so I'm going to do that on the outside. And like I said, I am going to use colored pencil. I do have this also in Pitt pen, so but I think that I'm gonna try doing some color pencil for a change. But I am going to grab a something to put on top of this so that my hand is not sticking to the acrylic paint. And I'm going to go over this, but I'm going to wait, make sure that that's plenty dry before I attempt to go over the gouache with the color pencil. As I mentioned in the last video, it is December now, so I've turned the Christmas music on for the videos, and I've also decorated my house, and yeah, so kind of getting into the coloring festive spirit here. I know we've been working on this book for a long time, but we haven't really been doing a lot of traditional Christmas colors, so I haven't really felt like I've been over Christmas. And none of them have had like a Santa in them or anything like that, or presents, mini presents or anything. So I think that by the time we do get to the end of this, it'll still be okay for I will still want to color actual Christmas coloring pages. So I'm just going to do light coat first over that area, and then I will come back and do some additional layering up. If I need to, I'll bring in the Pitt pen, but I'm going to try with just the color pencil first. I'm still experimenting on which ways to cover lines before coloring when you're blocking things out. So if you have a method that works well for you, love to read them about it in the comments below. So share what works for you when you are blocking things out, especially like in the mythographic books where they have, even in Kirby's books where he'll have hidden objects. I know in the Stephanie Law book that I have also has a bunch of hidden objects, and I don't enjoy those, so I quite often will go over them and get rid of them. So, but you can't always just use black like in this case. So if you've got a method of getting rid of the lines before coloring over them, share with the group. Okay, I'll be back in a while. This is going to take me a little bit because it is colored pencil, but it is nice to get back to colored pencil once in a while. I'll bring you back and show you where we're at. I have done the caput mortuum around here, and I also ended up bringing in my caput mortuum 169 to do a little bit on either side to make it solid, to hide those the white acrylic gouache. Then I have done 2 coats of pencil around here and then blended it. So the pencils that I used were the caput mortuum violet, and then I also brought in the caput mortuum, so 263 and 169. And then on this side I did the door in the same, but I haven't blended it yet with Gamsol, so I just thought I would quickly do that with you here since I haven't done that on screen for a while. And some of you may not know that I put Gamsol in an empty Copic sketch marker. This is the one that has both the brush and the chisel tip. And again, like I said, I have 2 different colors on here that I'm blending together, and I'm just trying to get rid of the white of the paper and make this more of a solid coverage. So very little Gamsol is on here, and I am wearing oxygen, so I do care about vapors and stuff, so I do like to use it this way. It is a very safe way to use Gamsol, and I cap the Copic marker afterwards. And the flexible nib does allow me to get into tight spaces. I also added a bit of washi tape along here to help with the not hitting the other side of the page when I'm coloring in the gully here, because it is quite tight to do. And then when I use the Gamsol, I'm not concerned about hitting this either. Not spending a lot of time on any certain area. You're just basically dissolving the filler and allowing the pigment to seep into the paper and mix with the other pencil. And that's it. If you want to, Gamsol does not damage the tooth of the paper, so you can come in with more layers should you need to. And after I'm done with that, I always take and wipe off any pigment that's left on my marker brush tip. Okay, that's how I use Gamsol. Okay, keeping in mind what colors I have on my color chart here, I have grabbed one of the Artex markers. I know that it's not opaque, but this is a darker color, so I don't, and this area that I'm covering is all white, so I'm not concerned about it being super opaque. So I'm just going to do the window casing closest to the glass, and I'll do that there, and then probably above the door I'll do it there as well. All right, here's how it's looking. I do like that. When I am doing the painting, I am using the strokes in the same direction as the casing. So in this case I'm going up and down, and in this case I'll go this way, so that if there's lines left, they make sense that they're going that way. All right, gonna have to turn the page. So I'll just follow the curve of this with the my strokes. All right, here we are zoomed out, and this is what the page is looking like. Now I had done, I used a black Pitt pen for this area here, and I used the same rose gold Staedtler metallic pen for the bow area, and I'll just show you how it's going to look once this is on top. And I'll shut the light off. So that's how it will look. Now you may have noticed that I've got a bit of a smudgy mess going on here. I had used the Sino Black broad for the number 20, and then I was doing stuff up here, and of course I smeared this all over the place with my hand, like I do quite often. I really need to put stuff down and walk away. So that smeared, so then I had to get out the paint and repaint around there. I tried to clean it up a little bit with a water brush, and that worked a little bit, but then I smeared some over here, so it's just, it was a whole deal. And I will be happy once I can clean up everything. So I will do the 20 at the very end. So in the meantime, I will figure out what to do with the crossbars inside the windows for the little shelves inside. And once I've figured that out, then I think we'll be able to go ahead and start doing some of the windows. We're going to do the windows up here and these little things, so that then I can finish this off by putting the sticker on, and then we'll see how much time we have left before we do something else. All right, but let's figure out a color for these little shelves. If we look on here, we haven't really done anything with this color yet, and it might be nice to kind of have this a little less standing out. So that is kind of an apricot color, or a kind of a taupe. So let me pull out my polychromos and take a look. And I'm thinking maybe even cinnamon is probably, or light flesh beige red. That also looks like potentially a good color match. But probably cinnamon. So let me grab that one. Okay, so this is cinnamon 189, and obviously it's a favorite color because I've used it quite a bit. So let me drop the camera back down. Let's start down here and see if that color goes. Yeah, I think that's good. I do have this in the Pitt pen, but I think that I will stick with the color pencil here. I think that it's dark enough the way it is, and it is behind glass, so okay, that's how that's going to look. And we'll also do the background and make sure that all the pencil marks are gone. All right, I have done the crossbars everywhere, and I have also added a little bit of gold there and gold there. So I'm going to, and I've put my polychromos ivory into the top windows here, and now I'm going to take a gold sticker and put it right there. So I've got two of the same stickers. I'm just going to place it right there in the center. And so that's a little pop of gold, and that'll also bring the gold there. So now I'm just going to grab my other one to make sure that I've got the same sticker. So I'll just add a little bit of interest to those windows, and I will do the ivory also in these windows, and then I will also do the ivory in these windows. I may also come in with a bit of a cool gray or a warm gray one. So let me grab that and see how that looks. I've been testing things out on a piece of paper always ahead of time to make sure that the colors are how I expect them to be. So this is a cool gray one. Let's see how that looks. And then I'll grab a warm gray and I'll put it on this side and see which one I like better. And I'm going to put this, okay. A lot of these are kind of warm colors, so I'll stick with the warm gray. So I'll just sharpen that up. Okay, so each of these windows here, I'm going to come in and do some ivory around the center of kind of the window frame. And then I'm going to come in with the warm gray one and just do around the very edge. And that hopefully will add a little bit of depth to each window. So I'm just going very lightly. So I'm not even sure if you can see the difference between these two windows. But that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll have to also actually color the windows. Now I have found out something quite important, so I'll let you know. If you're planning on covering anything with like the dragonfly glaze or any other kind of wet medium, I suggest that you do not use water-based markers or fine liners. And I found that out on the last page where I was using some water-based markers, which were great because they didn't bleed through the paper, but they also, when I covered them with the dragonfly glaze, they smeared. And so I just about cried when that happened. And it didn't matter that the markers had been dry for a while. They reactivated when so note to self, pigment markers are great. So the Staedtler pigment markers or the Pitt pens, good, not a problem. But stay away from the Tombow twin tone markers and the Laurentian markers if you are going to cover them with another medium, because yes, they both smeared and that was kind of totally disheartening. So I thought I should mention that in case anyone else was trying that. So I am back to using colored pencils here for a while and the Pitt pens. Okay, I'll continue on with this. This is going to take me a little while, so I'll do that and then I will return. All right, I did the guava gelato here. Tried to cover up this splotchy mess there. It still didn't cover it up that much, so we may have to just ignore that for a little while. I am using the warm gray one, and I am just filling in the windows around what will be our big sticker on the outside. And I'm anticipating that this item that's on the outside is going to cast some shadow, and so these windows closest will just have the warm gray one, The other windows will have a combination of the ivory and the warm gray one. Heavier on the edge of the window and then kind of fading in a little bit. Now if this warm gray one isn't dark enough, I can come in with like a warm gray 2 or 3 to deepen up some areas, but we'll start lighter. You can always go darker, but it's kind of hard to go the other way around. I think I will grab a little bit of a darker one. So this is warm gray 2. Let me sharpen it. Okay. I'm just going to come along the very edge of the window. Right. I think we can't put the sticker on quite yet, but we're getting close. That's how it's going to look. This one is touching, this one is touching, so I need to first do those bottles before I can peel the sticker off. Now this is very thin and it is a sticker, but it's quite hard to get the backing off. So if you do buy these, just note they are stickers and they do peel off, but it takes quite a bit of patience to get them started. I think I'm going to use Pip pens for the bottles so that I can put a top coat on if I need to. At this point I don't plan on it, but as soon as I say that, then I change my mind and then it's a whole deal. Okay, I'm going to let those dry and then we will go ahead and place our sticker. Okay, let's put the sticker on. Okay, it took a little bit, but I was able to get the back separate from the, so I am peeling it off. And then going to be very careful. Okay, there we go. There's the sticker. I think that it looks pretty cool. I will do a few more things on here. We obviously still have to do all of the foliage and the designs on there, and a lot of stuff, but we're getting there. I'll zoom you out and you can take a look at how the page is going. All right, here we are all zoomed out and this is how it's looking. I've done some ivory and then I've done just the gray on the very outside edge of the windows down there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do some dragonfly glaze. I think probably not. I think I'll just continue on doing the perfume bottles themselves, and then I may just take and make some slash marks along there. I think that might be enough for this page. I still have a lot of all of the illustrations for the Christmas part of this page to do on the top, but I do like how it's coming along. I do like the doors and the extra little stickers in the windows there. I do like the sticker up top to do the perfume bottle on the outside of the building. I think that it adds a little bit of interest, and it also saved me from having to do 6 more windows up top. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think that the sticker was a good idea or not? Happy to read your comments below. I still have, like I said, more bottles to do. I'll zoom you in a little bit to see how they're coming along. I'm doing them a little bit muted in colors since I think they're behind glass and they wouldn't be super bright. But I've got a little bit of gel pen and the pigment, Staedtler pigment pens. That's what I'm using so far, and a few Pitt pens. And I'm doing that just in case at the end of this I do decide to put a top coat on the windows. But for now, I'm thinking no, but tune back in at the end of or mid-December where you will see the completed page. And thank you so much for coming along and joining me today on this experiment. I do really like the gelato for the background. It's a very smooth finish, and I like that I can go over top of it with both pen, pencil, or markers. So let's take a peek at what is happening on our next video. Our next video is called The Perfect Place, and it is a cat hotel. Cats are not my favorite animal, but I certainly have been doing quite a few of them lately. So yeah, looking forward to this page. This page does have a lot more outside illustrations, so we have got some stuff to look forward to, and this has even got a kind of looks like a Dr. Seuss kind of area down here for where the 21 is, and it even has a Christmas tree. So this one is getting a little bit more Christmassy, so that's kind of fun. This is the inside of it. Looks like a great place for a cat to hang out. But yes, so next video we will be doing the Perfect Place Cat Hotel. All right. Thank you so much for coming along and spending some time with me today. This is the Perfume Room, day 20, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, have a creative and colorful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care.